It's time to get your geek on with Dave Vermillion.
Love it. Unfortunately, there is not a lot of love for the Deadpool animated series. It is officially dead. FX has confirmed that on last Saturday and noted that it will remain in business with Marvel TV on the Noah Hawley drama called Legion, which will return for its second season on April 2nd. I actually caught a trailer for that in one of the 20... I spent 20 minutes before Ready Player One came on, 20 minutes of trailers and commercials, and that was one of them.
Okay. One question about the Deadpool. Was this supposed to be kid-friendly, or is this going to be more adult?
It was supposed to be more adult from what I hear.
Uh-huh.
And apparently that just didn't pan out.
It's on FX. What does that tell you?
Okay, I was just about to say.
Now, according to FX's press release, they said, quote, due to creative differences, FX, Donald Glover, Stephen Glover, and Marvel Television have agreed to part ways on Marvel's Deadpool animated series. FX is no longer involved in the project. Now, a lot of speculation came out that it was because Donald Glover was just too busy. He just couldn't focus on it. In addition to Atlanta, he also co-stars in the upcoming Solo, a Star Wars movie film, which opens in May. He also provides the voice of Simba in Disney's upcoming Lion King live-action feature, now in production. And last year, he was also in Spider-Man Homecoming. So he's a busy, busy guy.
Yeah, the funny thing about Glover, because there's been a lot of controversy over Solo, everybody's looking forward to seeing his performance because he is Lando.
He looks a lot like him. Brings that style and panache.
Just because nobody's looking forward to the guy who's playing Han.
That too.
They got to find something to look forward to.
Yeah, true. And, they're going to play over some Colt 45.
Yeah, and nobody has said anything about Emilia Clarke's role.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing anything at all about her. And it's Emilia Clarke. I mean, she's the Khaleesi, Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But instead, everyone's talking about Donald Glover.
Mm-hmm.
So, however,
he may actually steal that movie.
We'll see. Yeah. Which, considering Han Solo's reputation, that's saying something.
That's true. So.
Now, Donald Glover actually responded via Twitter and The Hollywood Reporter, and he said, quote, for the record, I was not too busy to work on Deadpool. And then he tweeted out 15 pages of a script he had already completed.
Fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls. She's like Robin to my Batman, except she's old and black and blind. And I think she's in love with me.
15 pages tweeted out of that script. So Donald Glover not happy about this whatsoever. I want to know what really happened. I want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know.
So it's like Marvel got its own Zack Snyder story going on.
Oh.
Well, over one show, it's kind of hard to tell. Maybe FX didn't like the direction it was going. Maybe Marvel didn't like the direction it was going. I don't know.
Kind of like that Zack Snyder with DC
thing. A little bit.
They couldn't pay Deadpool with enough chimichangas.
But, I mean, what would cause, considering how popular Deadpool is, Minion, what do you think would have caused them to just not pass the project on to somebody else, but they've killed it entirely?
It could have been a lot of different things. For maybe saying the Zack Snyder route, maybe they didn't understand the character. Maybe it was going to get too dark because there is humor, although weird and dark and twisted. Maybe they weren't getting that with Deadpool. I mean, you have to do Deadpool just right.
Maybe they didn't celebrate International Women's Day.
Maybe that too.
That could be for that.
Or they just weren't doing anything on Taco Tuesday, for all we know.
That could be.
Maybe they couldn't get sponsorship from Taco Donna.
That would be a crying shame.
That would be.
That really would. Goose, what do you think? I mean, 'cause what really stumps me is that they could have said, you know what, we're taking it away from Donald Glover and we're giving it to, I don't know, the guys who were doing the Han Solo movie before they got fired or something like that. But instead, they just canned the whole project.
Well, I think the Glovers are intricately involved, like executive producers type stuff. So they probably couldn't do the show without them because I think Donald was the voice of Deadpool in that, if I'm not mistaken.
Was he?
I think so. Don't quote me on that yet. That's just a hypothesis. But if they're executive producers, if they're very much intertwined with the production where it couldn't really go on without them, and either Fox or Marvel didn't like them, bye-bye.
That's true. And although Glover did tweet out 15 pages of a script, that's 15 pages of one script of one episode for an entire for a season. I mean, how much was really done? Maybe he just said, look at all the work I've done. And they're like, great, where's the rest of it?
Well, apparently it had like fourth wall breaks galore, and it was for the season finale.
Well, which would have been exciting for sure. it's just very odd that they would trash the entire project. I don't.
Again, it's just a matter of the intricacy in which the Glovers were involved and where the differences lied. Because if Glover and Marvel had issues, it wasn't going anywhere.
That's true. Now, speaking of Deadpool, Minion, you dug this up, didn't you? This next little bit of news.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was called out by Gal Gadot on her Instagram. Gadot. Okay, and her Twitter for stealing her signature crossed arms pose.
Now, in the trailer, right, when he's talking about how they're going to be called the X-Force, and he gets called out for being derivative, he's like, yes, it is. I don't really care. So he crosses his arms in what is the signature Wonder Woman pose done by Gal Gadot.
And she posted, "Dude stole my look."
Which, yeah, you have to wonder if that was intentional. I got to figure.
I think it was a coincidence.
I think it is too, because it's X-Force, and he's doing the whole X thing. I don't think he was doing a Wonder Woman thing.
And we'll find out in the movie.
And he responds that imitation is the most sincere form of larceny.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to see where Ryan Reynolds' end and Deadpool begins, or vice versa.
From what I heard when they were shooting this, they had to cut out so many Green Lantern jokes.
Oh.
So, like, there were supposed to be like 8 or 9 different Green Lantern jokes in there, and they left, I think, only 2 in their total. Like, one was just a reference, and one, of course, was the, don't make me animated or green.
Right.
That.
Oh, that was from the
joke.
first one. I thought you meant for the sequel.
No, yeah, just for the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it really is. Ryan Reynolds really is Deadpool.
Oh, why not?
I mean, it's the perfect match. If you ever watch Van Wilder, did you ever see that one with him and Tara Reid?
Did you ever see Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place?
I did not.
Yeah, that's a show that he was on. It was kind of his, almost, I would say that was his big break almost, after he got out of Canada.
Okay, all right.
Oh, Canada.
Wasn't it, what about Waiting? He was in that movie Waiting. That was very Ryan Reynolds-ish.
Well, I have to tell you that when it comes to waiting, I'm still waiting.
Hey-oh. Now, if you watch Van Wilder, Ryan Reynolds is like a 7-year college student, and he has made a career out of being a college student.
Hey, that's story of my life.
He has no interest in it. He like runs the college, basically, everything that goes on out there. And his character is very, very Deadpool. He is essentially Deadpool without the costume in there.
Deadpool goes to college.
Well, and that's about what it is. Very good. I like that. And anybody in our audience, if you've ever watched Van Wilder, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You're like, yeah, that's right. And if you haven't watched it, hold your nose while you do, because it's got Tara Reid in it. I mean, she's an investigative reporter for the student newspaper.
Was this before or after she became an alcoholic?
This might have helped contribute to that.
This probably pushed her over the edge.
Like a Food Fight did for Charlie Sheen.
Oh.
This may have done it for her. So it's worth a watch once, if for no other reason than just to see him be Van Wilder. You cannot watch him without thinking about Deadpool the entire time. It is impossible.